Hey guys, Geno Zero, how you doing? I hope all is well in YouTube land, whatever part of the world that you're in. Okay, we are going to try to make our life without power, when the power goes out, a little bit easier by making a plug for our dryer plug that runs to our generator. Now, before we do anything, go any further, please do not, I'm not recommending anybody does this. I am not an electricalologist or anything like that, but I did talk to a bunch of certified electricians, and they told me that I can do this, and this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it, and this is how we are going to do it. So this is how I am going to do it. I'm not recommending that you do it. So if you do it, please be very, very careful and ask questions to the people who know, and use extreme caution when you're messing with this stuff, because it could turn out bad. So don't send me a message, you're stupid, I did that burned them off, shocked myself, stupid. No. Alright, so here's how we're doing it. Here we go. My generator is a Black Max 6560, and I got it, I believe, at Sam's Club. And when I bought it, you can see right here, it has a 220 outlet. It says right here, 120, 240 AC. This is a 220 outlet. The generator came with this 25-foot cord right here with a 4-prong plug on it to plug into this outlet. And what I did was we cut this, it had this outlet box on the back side of it here. This is two 110 outlets, so that would be your 220 volts. What we did is we just cut that off. We left us enough wire so that we can reuse this if we need to at some point. And we got another dryer plug. This is the same plug that our dryer uses when we just plug it into the big outlet in the house there. We'll show you that here in a little bit. So what we're going to do is we'll start the generator. We'll plug this cord into the 220 plug. It'll feed the electricity through this plug into the wiring of the house and through the fuse box, so that we can turn off the big things like the furnace and the stove and the water heater, stuff like that. We'll turn those off, and it'll make enough power running through the house where we can still use our outlets and our light switches, and we won't have to have extension cords running every which way in the house. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to give it a shot here in a second. The very first thing that we need to do is, even whenever the power is out, and there's no power going to your house, you always want to turn off your main breaker switch, and we'll do that here in a little bit, and I'll show you what we're going to do and the steps we're going to go through, and we'll see if it works, or we'll see if I wind up in the backyard with black X's over my eyes. Alright, so we'll be back in a second. Okay guys, we're here at this is our main breaker panel, the main electrical box for our house. It's in the laundry room, and our laundry room is messy, so don't give me a bunch of crap about it. Okay. So, you can see we got a light on right now in the room. You'll see the light turn off here directly. Now we're going to switch over into imagination land, okay? This is going to be just a practice run. We're going to kick off the main breaker of the house. All the power is now gone, all right? The power's out. Even if the power was out, we're still going to flip this switch, because we don't want the power to come back on and feed electricity back through that dryer and burn up our generator, or we don't want any power going out onto the grid and, you know, shock somebody who's out there working on the line. So always, always, always turn off your main breaker switch. Now we're going to turn off the things that we don't need. We have our range oven. We're going to turn that off. We're turning off our furnace. We're turning off the water heater. We're turning off the extra water heater. We're going to leave the dryer on, because that's what we're going to feed to the rest of these little circuits right here through the generator. Is going to come in through this circuit, feed this box, and feed these right here. These will still be our outlets and our lights throughout the house. It'll run our refrigerators and anything that you have plugged into a 110 outlet. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come over this away to the end of our line. We're going to take the end of the generator cord and plug it into our dryer outlet, just like that. Now we can come outside. We're going to start our generator first, and then we're going to plug in this 220 cord, and we'll see if that light right there in the room comes back on. So let me start the generator first. On generator. Plug in cord. And light come back on. Woohoo! It works. Electricians, you guys rock. So there you have it. Let's walk into the house here and make sure that our outlets are still working. Let me grab the camera. Oh, hello. All right. Walk in here where it's a little bit quieter. And we'll see. Look at there. Our ceiling fans kick back on. The microwave kicked back on. That is excellent. So there you have it, y'all. Everything kicked back on that was supposed to. The fridge is now on, running through regular outlets. Fish tanks. There's Mr. Moving On Greg, who helped me with the wiring. Now that makes me happy. That's one cord going into the house, rather than having, like I said, a whole bunch of extension cords plugged into different outlets and plugged into different extension cords. I like it. Again, thank you very much to the Redneck Prepper, my good friend Tony. He gave me a lot of advice about before I started this project. Hillbillies in the Bush. Him and I have talked about it before. My good friend Mr. Moving On Greg, who actually helped me do the wiring of the plug and to make sure that I didn't fry myself and end up in the emergency room. Electricians are cool. So you have it. If I can do it, you can do it. If you ask the right people the right questions and make sure you know what you're doing, because you can do damage to your house and you can do damage to your body if you don't do it properly. So please, please be careful and use caution. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a great day. God bless. The end. Buzz, buzz. The end.